Hello comic fans, here's Earl Grey. Welcome to a quick video devoted to this fine tome here, Dan Brereton's Nocturnals, Omnibus Volume 1. To be honest with you, I've never have heard of Dan Brereton before, nor his creation, the Nocturnals, that came out originally by Omnibus. Now this collected edition came out by Dark Horse, which is always a good thing, or almost always, because you get a very well-made book with sturdy binding, opens almost perfectly flat, and the paper quality is top-notch, and same goes to the reproduction of the colors. Man, the colors here. Despite we are having here Creatures of the Night, as the title gives it away, the colors really pop on with these watercolor art. So what are the Nocturnals are all about? There are some beings from another dimension that came through a portal to Earth. And actually, it's a hodgepodge of different comic tropes. Yeah. In fact, our main guy here is called Dr. Horror, and this is his daughter, Evening, or Short Eve. It's modeled after Dan Brereton's own daughter, so he had a lot of photo sessions before drawing all the stuff here, and there's a lot of photo referentialism here going on, which I don't mind in this case at all, because the result is what counts, and the result are fantastic watercolor-y panels here. This is my favorite character, the witch gun, this dead guy with the sewn-up mouth. So yeah, highly enjoyable, pulpy tales of these monsters acting in this mafia-written world. We have here Komodo, the reptilian mutant. There's a genetics, somehow villainous genetics outfit in this town that rules kind of the things, and Dr. Horror and his group of friendly bandits is fighting against them, sort of. Still, some stuff here is a bit unclear after reading the first volume. This guy here, called Clean Hands, is a raccoon hybrid being. So, yeah. A lot of stuff is thrown at us right from the start. Maybe you can say it is a bit convoluted with all these different creatures with their different abilities, like this guy here. He can flame up his head, Matchstick Boy, or how it his actually name is. And Evening has some toys that can magnify and become real beasts and destroy her enemies, and so on and so on. A lot of nice innovations or inventions, or, to be honest, just collected tropes that you have heard of in some other tale before. But here we have it all at the same time, presented in this very lush art style that I really like. This is obviously just the start of the series, and I'm very curious how this will continue. And for now, the characters are somehow fleshed out, but I think there is a bit of possibility to improve in that regard, to give these characters distinct voices. Somehow, the way the language of these characters feel, at least for me as a foreigner, I don't know if I can really judge this, but it feels like Dan Brereton is trying too hard to create some kind of this gangster lingo, or pick up existing gangster lingo. It's not always really easy to understand, even though I get the metaphors and so on, but it's, as he is thrown many monsters at the same time on one panel very often, it seems that his language is a bit trying very hard, maybe too hard as well. I totally dig his art. his storytelling, I mean, I don't know. And not always, at least. And so it wasn't the best idea, I think, to give his franchise to other artists, especially this story here is totally, yeah, I really didn't see the point in that story here. And even in the other short stories that were done by other creators, even Stan Sakai has some short story here. Let's see here, which is obviously very nice to see Stan Sakai doing some crossover with Eve and Usagi Yojimbo, even though that's just 6 or 4 pages, but yeah. And afterwards, other creators took over, but that really felt like, hey, what's that all about? And so you can't really play around with characters that are not as familiar to us, like, let's say, the creatures of the Hellboy universe. So this is by far not there. It has a bit of this Mignola horror feel with a different art, but not really there. So, very enjoyable, very curious to see what's up next. And yeah, just want to tell you about this book here, because it was really a surprise that something like this is out there, and that I've never seen this art here before, which is really amazing. Thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.